New Zealand election 2026. Government re-election or political change? The race is still wide open. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Yay Channel Young, where we explore New Zealand's news, politics, and future. New Zealand's 2026 general election is getting closer, and the political competition is becoming more intense. Can the current coalition government, led by the National Party, win another term? Or could the Labour Party and its potential allies return to government? Today, we will look at the latest polling trends available as of July 31st, 2026, and examine what they may tell us about the election race. Before we begin, please remember to subscribe, like this video, and turn on notifications. Your support helps Yay Channel Young continue bringing you clear, interesting, and fact-based news about New Zealand. What do the latest polls show? Recent opinion polls suggest that the 2026 election remains very close. In one recent Roy Morgan poll, the parties supporting the current coalition government had a combined level of support of around 51%. The parties on the centre-left and opposition side had combined support of around 49%. At first glance, the current coalition appears to have a small advantage, but there is an important point. A difference of only 2 percentage points is not a comfortable lead. Opinion polls have margins of error, and results can vary depending on the polling company, the timing of the survey, and the methods used to collect responses. Other polls have shown different results, including stronger support for Labour or the broader opposition bloc. So, the current political situation can be summarised like this. The coalition government remains competitive, but the election is far from decided. Can the National Party show results that people can feel? The National Party is the largest party in the current coalition government, led by Prime Minister Christopher Luxon. The government has focused on issues such as economic recovery, fiscal responsibility, regulatory reform, and improving public services. However, voters may judge the government based on what they experience in their daily lives. Many New Zealanders may be asking, has the cost of living become more manageable? Are food and housing costs improving? Are healthcare services getting better? Is education improving? Are jobs becoming more secure? Economic statistics are important, but voters may also want to see practical improvements in their own communities and households. If people feel that the economy and public services are improving before election day, the coalition government could gain important political momentum. But if many households continue to feel financial pressure, the government may face a more difficult election campaign. Can Labour win back government? The Labour Party is expected to focus strongly on the cost of living, housing, healthcare, education, wages, and employment. Labour has criticised the government's approach to economic management and public services, but criticism alone may not be enough. Voters may also ask Labour, what is your plan to improve the economy? How will you reduce pressure on households? How will you fund your promises? Which policies will create long-term economic growth? To win government, Labour will need to present policies that voters see as practical, affordable, and credible. If Labour can convince voters that it has a clear plan for both economic growth and public services, the possibility of political change could become stronger. The real election battle may be about coalition partners. New Zealand uses the mixed member proportional system, commonly known as MMP. This means that becoming the largest party does not automatically guarantee the right to govern. A party or group of parties must have enough support in Parliament to form a government. That is why smaller parties can play a major role. The National Party currently works with ACT New Zealand and New Zealand First. Labour may need support from parties such as the Green Party and Te Pāti Maori, depending on the election results and the number of seats won. So, the key question may not simply be, which party comes first? The bigger question could be, which group of parties can win enough seats to form a stable government? Even a small change in support for a minor party could affect the number of seats in Parliament and change the coalition negotiations after the election. Why the 5% threshold matters. Under New Zealand's MMP system, a party generally needs at least 5% of the party vote to qualify for list seats, unless it wins an electorate seat. That is why the difference between 4.9% and 5.1% can be extremely important. It may look like a very small difference, but crossing the 5% threshold can significantly change the number of seats a party receives. That could also affect which political bloc has enough seats to form a government. For this reason, smaller parties may become especially important during the final stage of the election campaign. What could change the election result? Several major issues could influence voters before election day. 1. The economy and cost of living. Inflation, food prices, housing costs, and pressure on household budgets may remain major concerns. 2. Housing, house prices, rents, housing supply, and affordability for first-time buyers could influence many voters. 3. Healthcare and education. Hospital waiting times, access to healthcare, school quality, and education funding may become important election issues. 4. Jobs and wages. Employment, wages, business confidence, and economic growth could affect how voters judge the government. 5. Trust in political promises. Voters may look beyond political slogans and ask, can this policy actually be delivered? The parties that provide clear, realistic, and well-funded plans may have a stronger chance of winning public support. Opinion polls are a snapshot, not a prediction. There is one important thing to remember. An opinion poll is not a prediction of the future. It is a snapshot of public opinion at the time the survey was conducted. Political support can change. Economic conditions can improve or worsen. New policies may be announced. Election debates may influence voters. Unexpected events may also change the direction of the campaign. That is why it is too early to say that any party has already won the 2026 election. The 2026 election is still wide open. Based on the latest polling trends, the current coalition government remains competitive. However, the opposition still has a realistic path to political change. Will the National Party act? New Zealand, a New Zealand first, remain in government? Could Labour and its potential partners form the next government? And how much influence will smaller parties have after the votes are counted? The answer is still unknown. The final result will depend on the choices made by New Zealand voters. The 2026 election is not only about political parties, it is also about the future of New Zealand's economy, housing, healthcare, education, jobs, and communities. What issue matters most to you? The cost of living, housing, healthcare, education, jobs and wages. Please share your thoughts in the comments. And if you want more fact-based news and analysis about New Zealand, don't forget to subscribe to Yay Channel Young, like this video, and turn on the notification bell. Thank you for watching. This is Yay Channel Young. See you in the next video.